If you want to get the highest possible yield from your fruit trees, using only organic methods, it starts right from how and where you plant them. A tree placed in full sun, with enough open space around it, has a much better chance of producing abundant fruit. Sunlight directly affects how much energy the tree can make, and without enough of it, no amount of care will give you the results you want. But planting is just the beginning. The real work happens in the soil. Building rich, living soil is the foundation of high fruit yield. It's not just about putting compost once a year. It's about consistently feeding the soil with organic matter so that earthworms, fungi, and good bacteria thrive. These living organisms unlock nutrients for the roots and help the tree stay healthy naturally. If the soil is compacted or dead, even a healthy tree will stay small and unproductive. Compost, cow dung, vermicompost, and leaf mold. These are your silent workers underground. And above ground, mulch is just as important. A good layer of straw, dried leaves, or wood chips keeps the moisture in, blocks weeds, and adds nutrients over time. Just don't pile it right against the trunk. Let it breathe. Once the tree is growing, most people forget one of the most powerful yield boosters, pruning. A crowded, unpruned tree might look lush, but inside it's struggling. Sunlight can't reach the inner branches. Air gets trapped. Fungal diseases start to spread. But a well-pruned tree lets light and air in, and that means more flower buds, stronger fruit branches, and fewer pests. The best time to prune is during the dormant season, just before new growth begins. Now let's talk about what most people ignore completely, pollination. Even if you've done everything right, poor pollination can mean you get lots of flowers but barely any fruit. To fix this organically, you need to invite bees, butterflies, and other pollinators to your garden. That means planting flowering herbs or wildflowers nearby, avoiding chemical sprays, and in some cases, planting a second tree of the same or compatible species to boost cross-pollination. Once your tree is flowering and fruits begin to form, feeding becomes critical, but it has to be the right kind of feeding. In early growth stages, use liquid compost tea or diluted cow dung slurry to boost leaf and root growth. But once flowers appear, switch to phosphorus-rich feeds like banana peel extract or bone meal to support fruit set. As fruits begin to grow, potassium becomes essential. That's where wood ash, seaweed solution, or organic rock dust make a big difference. They directly increase fruit size, sweetness, and quantity. And remember, organic feeding isn't a one-time thing. Regular feeding every 2 to 4 weeks keeps the tree in top condition throughout the season. Watering is another make or break factor. Fruit trees don't like daily shallow watering. What they need is deep, infrequent watering so the roots go down and anchor well. Especially during fruit development, uneven watering can cause fruit drop or cracking. Create a watering basin around the tree to let water soak in slowly. Combine this with mulch, and you create a perfect moisture zone. Now here's something most beginners overlook: thinning. When your tree starts producing dozens of tiny fruits, it may seem like a great sign. But if you leave them all on the tree, most will stay small or fall off early. By removing some of the weaker or crowded fruits early in the season, the tree can focus its energy on fewer fruits, making them bigger, tastier, and more market-worthy if you plan to sell. Of course, no organic system is complete without managing pests naturally. Neem oil spray every 15 to 20 days is a reliable way to keep most insects in check. For fungal problems, diluted sour buttermilk or Jivamrut spray can be effective. You can also make garlic chili spray at home for stubborn pests. But the best defense is a balanced, healthy ecosystem. So keep the area weed-free, plant flowers that attract beneficial insects, and never allow dead leaves or fruits to rot near the tree. And finally, harvest at the right time. Pick too early, and you lose the sweetness and the nutrition. Pick too late, and birds or insects may beat you to it. Learn to recognize ripeness by color, smell, and texture, not just by the calendar. With every season, you'll get better at reading the signs. So in the end, it's not one thing, but a series of small, well-timed steps. Planting in the right spot, feeding the soil, pruning, attracting pollinators, feeding organically, watering properly, thinning, protecting naturally, and harvesting at the right moment. Done consistently, this system transforms any fruit tree into a reliable, high-yielding, and completely organic source of food. No chemicals, no shortcuts, just understanding nature and working with it.